G. G.
It seems that for the past 10 minutes or so I was talking to myself. Great. So, to give you guys a quick recap, there is something wrong with tournament lobby, or maybe the watching feature at all. So not only the game did not the game enabled me to actually enter the tournament lobby like 10 minutes after the match started, and we are expecting this strange glitch in which there is a short moment of pause, and then we are seeing all the plays in fast forward, which is making things difficult. So hence that happened so far was I believe it was Honitsu Chun by Amegumo and Dump Anon scoring a Toy Dabeton with Yakuhai Tsumo on Honbatu, and the remainders of the hands were not significant. So we have now 4 Honba sticks and 1 GG stick in the pool, which is going to be 7,500 points for any win that is going to materialize. And XSA is the dealer, it's E3. So right from the start I can see that, well, Amegumo is in E-Shanten for Richie hand.
G.
Dump Anon is, well, his hand is in this array, and XSA is already in Tenpai waiting for Haku. Although it's, oh no. Wow, never mind. So Atozuka Haku is going to be 9,500 points for Hakunomi, and we have Honba 5. So due to 2 Rukyoku, I believe, and well, Honba passing from one dealer to another, there is this interesting situation in which there is mangan on the table for every win. And this is going to be really interesting, especially since Spinach is in Sanshanten for Suiso. And XSA is in Ishanten for Chunnomi. Or, oh, I wonder if he could stick Sanshoku in there. No, he's not going to. Okay, so Spinach is now at the crossroads. He can try to wiggle his way into Toy Honitsu Sushi maybe? Certainly possible. Although it might end up as a tanky weight.
G.
Yeah, so he decided to abandon the Hatsu. And he's not calling Kan on Sha. So, to not blow his cover, he's not going to do it. And now XSA is deciding on his tanky weight. he's waiting on E1 tanky and change to Ton tanky, which is a very sensible thing to do. Dan Banano's hand is far behind. I think he's folding completely at this point. And Megumo, I think this is Ishanten, although his hand will have no Yako whatsoever. Though it might be worth to call Reiji with such a big homba. So yeah, Spinach's hand is not moving at all, and I wonder if XSA will change the weight for something more probable, like up to the Nobutan, if opportunity arises, because this would make him discard the Ton and make Spinach go into Ishan then. So we have one Nan already flowing out, and there's another Ton. Will Dampanon hold it or discard it? Actually this pause feature, it's a glitch or bug, but it's adding some sort of suspense. Yeah, he's keeping it, so unless Spinach might enter Tenpai, but I think at this point he should just clench his teeth and hope that he's going to draw the Nan. Well, he could technically get into Toi Toi Honitsu. Yeah, but this is going to be Bakahon. I mean, not really Bakahon. It's going to be Toi Toi Honitsu worth Mangan. So yeah, it's going to be 16,000 points. And another 8 so is more probable weight. Than Ton or Nan. Although I think it's going to be Deadwalt. Yes.
あと少しだったんですが。
So we are getting Honba 6. So it's 9,000 points added to the pool. Here for the taking. Sadly, Mahjong Soul does not support Parenchan. And for those that do not know, back in the days, there was this well-known standard Yakuman setting in which if you achieved 8 Honba, every hand would get upgraded to Yakuman. Although I can see why this is not played in settings that have Tobinashi, meaning that it's impossible to Shadow Realm other player. So we are in E3 again, and the Dump Anon is already in Ishanten for Hatsu Chitoi. If he were to find a wind tile, he might upgrade it to Mangan, although most of those already flown out, and he himself discarded Ton very early on. What else? Anagumo's hand is pretty slow. That could have been a pinful or Richie, depending on how we look at it. And Spinach, I think he's going to force Yakuhai or Toi or Quitan, maybe not even. But he will have to discard the Hatsu, which is the Dambanon's waiting tile. XSA is one off from Ipeko. He has some more clearing up of tiles in Salsa to do. Well, it all depends what comes first. Spinach's Quitan, or maybe second Hatsu, or Dambanon's win. He might also Tsuno because there are 2 more left. Hatsus, I mean, in the wall. And yeah, Amegumo had no Yaku, so he could not declare the win there. I wonder why didn't he declare Ichido? Maybe he wants to have some sort of better weight? It's going to be hard. He might risk running himself into Furten. And there it is. So it was Chitoi Tsunami for 1600 and 6 Honba stacked on top of that, so that was essentially Haneman. So yeah, the Dambanon is in a very significant lead, having a Oyaman Sumo early on, and now this monstrous Chitoi Tsunami. So yeah, we are in E4, Honba's a reset, and we have Dambanon, we have a very huge lead, and Spinach almost 20k behind. Almost 20 behind, below 0, I meant. Amegumo has a very nice women's side build up that might become non-Chun women's side amalgam. Although he might have a difficult time getting a sequence in Manzu or any pair whatsoever, however he gets to call both Chun and Nan. Dambanon might go for Itsu or Pinfu or Tanyawa even. Okay, so we have the first call. So Dambanon is going for Itsu. Yeah, this is Itsunami. Yeah, he wanted to win as soon as possible since he's in huge lead, so he does not need to stack any more points. And I don't think he might risk going for the killing move, which is getting 35,000 points in tournament setting. I mean, it would essentially seal the deal, almost, of him getting into finals, but it's still a very risky thing to do. So, Amegumo, I don't know what his plan might be, but this hand could be a lot of things. It could be Chitoi, could be Toitoi, could be Equai if he will not find, most possibly he will not find the undertone. And Dambanon has another woman's side setup. So yeah, he's going to call into it. And he's not going to get Dabanan, he's just going to go for fake Quitan and get double on. XSA has a very interesting hand, but I think he's going to be too slow to make any impact whatsoever. And there it is. So with none, he's in Tenpai waiting on Sun Pin, and yeah, Amegumo might just discard it very soon. Looking at how easily he discarded the 6. Double no me. So Nambanon is Oya in S2 and he's 7,000 points away from insta-kill. And yeah, Megumo is opening the hand with Uncan of Kyuso. So this is going to give him 32 full. Although he will need to find some other value in his hand if he wants to use it. Although, if he were to reach free hand, this would mean he will get a Mangan, because 370 is a Mangan hand. So Danbanon's plan is, I think, Chitoi. Yep, maybe Chitoi, maybe with Richie, maybe not. Richie Chitoi actually would be pretty good, since it would be 4,800. XSA's plan is probably going to be Dabenan, maybe with Honitsu, who knows. As for Spinach, yeah, Dampanon might get Umensai here. Yeah, there's the Dampanon. And I think he'll just try to get Dampanon of the dealer. But yes, if Dampanon were to enter Tenpai, although 2 Hatsus were already discarded, so yeah, he's going to abandon this line. Yeah, Umensai Chitoi would be killing move as the Oya. And it looks like Amegumo is going to call Richie now. Because he is in Tenpai. So he has to choose between Shampon and German weight.
Richie.
So he had chosen the Ryamen. And there it is, Richie no Mi, 170. A rare example of hand on which full matters. And yeah, we are entering S3. XSA is the dealer, and Amegumo has Anko of Hako on his opening hand. So I think the only real fight we are going to see in this match is going to be a fight between XSA and Amegumo for second place, which is not going to mean much because if you are not first, then any place difference is just 5,000 points of difference. Well, in best of 3 it's still something, but the players will have a very distinct goal of not allowing Dampanon to score any more first places if they are serious about qualifying to finals. I really hope they watched the second semi-final, which was yesterday. Because it it was a kind of nice showcase of what you should and should not do when you are faced with such significant lead from one of the players. So Amegumo is in Pre-Enchanted, I believe. He has Anko and 2 sequences prepared, but nothing much apart from it. Dambanon is preparing his Pinfotaneo. And XSA is trying to rush Quitan. Spinash has a nice hand, although I don't think he'll be able to materialize it. He's in Nishanten. So yeah, Amegumo is desperately trying to find something in Wanzo's set in order to complete his Omensai. Omensai, Hako, I assume Richie, which will be Malgan. And yeah, XSA is drawing tiles that do not fit into his Quitan, so he will discard this QSO. And there's the Tanyao from Dambanon. Arasu time. So, in Arasu, what do we have? A mess from Amegumo. A bit better, but still bad at Dambanon's hand. I don't see any distinctive Yaku he could go for apart from Quitan, I guess. And I think XSA is going to force Manchin here. But the difference between him and Dambanon is more than 24k. So even direct hit Hanneman is not going to be enough to topple him from the first place. Although it wouldn't be enough. Yeah, it would be 24k of difference. And for Spinach, he's in Nishanten, although both of his outs are currently Kanjans. And the hand would be just Taneo with, well, maybe Rigi. If he were to draw 8 and 7 pin, it would be within reason to go through Taneo Sashoku. And there is Taneo Nomi to say second place acceptance. But there's not much that could have been done. Although I don't know what would be the correct choice of action in this situation. Wow, what a mess. It's going to be really hard to pull something off with such a score. So let me update it. That fourth place hurts especially. This is a bit below usual Shadow Realm Uma. There we go. This is still a previous match. So yeah, there is something really fucked up with spectators mode. Yep, so it seems that I will have to just wait until the match shows up in here. So I'll be right back.
こにしてたにゃ。
Alright, so we are back in play because one of the players was disconnected at the beginning, so I had to pause. So now we are waiting a few more seconds and the match will resume. Yeah, another match, another pauses and stutters, and it's not really the most pleasant thing commentating mahjong in such a way, but nothing else can be done. So, interesting situation. Both XSA and Dambanon opened their high pace with a pair of dragons. Dampanon had Chunen Hatsu, and XSA has Haku. Although Dampanon's hand is going to progress into double Yakuhai Honiso, it seems. He's really close though. I think Anagumo might be he's in Ishanten. Wait a second, no, that's Senpai. Although he has no Yaku, so he will have to pull Richie. And there is another call from Dampan. As for Spinach, Ishanten as well. So yeah, everyone is opening their hands, it seems. So Spinach, I think he is in Tenpai, waiting for Ryanman. This is Itsu. And XSA is trying to find the remainder of his hand. It looks like he's in Ishanten now. No, wait, no, that's the Ishanten. And Dambanon is in Tenpai waiting on Tankinan. A very nice Mangan opener. If he will manage to get it. Nope, he will not. This is Itsunomi for 1000 by Spinach. So it seems Dambalon is not going to get his lead early on in this match as well. Reminder that in the first match he scored Sumo Mangan as the dealer in East 2.
Boom. G.
Okay, so a very nice painful setup by Spinach. He's in Nishanten as the Oya. I wonder if he will be able to... It's going to be a bit difficult, but with appropriate waiting time.
Boom.
He could try sticking Sanshagu in there with few lucky draws. But Amegomo has a really quick Honis opening. And Spinach is abandoning his Sanshagu idea. So Amegomo is still not in Denpai. If he will get into Hadaka Tanki, this will be Hadaka Tanki Hatsu Honitsu Mangan. Although who is going to do into Hadaka Tanki? So dump Anon Ishanten. No, wait a second, no. Well, technically it is Ishanten for Chitoi. Although I think he'll discard 6 mana and will pick else Sananko or Honitsu here. Now this is interesting choice. Because he can declare Tenpai and Kolorishi on Chitoi, or progress into else Sananko, Hartoitoi, or Honitsu. So he's picking Sananko, and now he's switched to Chitoi since Spinach has declared Richie. And this is Richie Nomi as the dealer, waiting on 6 and 9 mana. And Dambanon is in quite a predicament since his weight is dead, because this is tanky on not only the tile he discarded early, but that was also that time. So he went into full defense, discarding 3 none in a row. I think Amegomo is going to keep his weight. Past the Ipatsu turn, Richies are not that scary. And his hand is pretty solid. Well, I wanted to say that all of the tones were in the dead wall or wall, but he managed to get it sumo. So it's going to be Sumo Honitsu, worth 3,900 points plus Registic. and it seems the game is frozen. I think, yep. I have to restart it. Okay, so what is this? It's a Richinomi by XSA.
G.
So he did call Richie.
Run!
And destroyed by
三色同順
Sanshokunomi. So yeah, that's 2000 points down the drain. So Amegumo is in the lead. In this mode, Richie feels even more threat, because not only you can lose more points, which are more significant to get or lose, but any additional hand can change a lot, and you can get those by Ipatsu and Tsumo as well. And the Danbaran has a really nice manhunt opening. And Spinach is going to go open Honitsu, and Amegumo counters with a really quick mental pin. Is there a Honitsu chance? Sorry, Sanshoku? No, there isn't. It was close though. I wonder if that Richie was a bit premature. There was a way to try and upgrade it if you were to draw 8 pin, although that, looking at the perfect information we have, it's impossible. And isn't it... yeah, this is Tenpai for Spinach. So it's Honitsu Ton if you were to discard Chun, and it's going to be Sharpen waiting on Rian and Iso. Is XSA going to the win or not? None of his styles are particularly safe against this Richie. Maybe, I wonder if he just ran out of time or not in this case. Whoa, and Spinach took actually a very good 50-50, and there it is. So it's Honitsu ton Rishan Kaiho.
リンシャントン本一
A great Pangan win for Spinach. Wow, that 50-50 was something else. He changed the weight by switching his shampoo from 1-2 to 1-5. So now we are in the halfway point. Spinach and Amegumo are in the lead, and Dump Anon is third, with XSA lagging 1000 points behind. It's still in a very reasonable area of points, because if you were to translate it into a normal game, Spinach and Amegumo would have around 30k, and XSA and Dump Anon would have around 20k. So it's everybody's game. So XSA has a Chitoi setup. Richie Chitoi as Oya is 4800, which is something. Spinach, well, I don't see much on this hand, so I don't know where is he going to take it. So XSA, he's not going to go for Chitoi, he opts for Toitoi or Tourney instead. Dump Anon, I can't get a clear image of what this hand is going to be. So Amegumo opens hoping to get Matsuzuketshun, I believe, and well, XSA dismantles the pair of Manzo, so he goes for Honitsu, and he's in Ishantan. So yep, so Amegumo pursued the most optimal Tenpai, so XSA was able to call on that and get into Tenpai for Ton Honitsu himself. Amegumo is in Otozuka for Chun. One of the Chun is held by Dump Anon. But at this point, I think he's going to keep it. And XSA switched the weight from Kanchan 6 pin to Shampon E and U pin, which is, I believe, a better weight. So Spinach is in full defense mode. I think he will avoid discarding Pinzu tiles for the remainder of the game, since all of them currently on his hand are someone's winning tiles. And was it a fold or? Yes, that was a fold. So Amegumo does not want to deal into that either. There is a way to come, and will we see another? Nope. Although thanks to that, Amegumo found his final Chun, which was in the dead wall. So Spinach is gatekeeping XSA's weight completely, and yeah, I don't think he's going to discard any of those tiles. So this is going to end in Norikoku. Unless Dump Anon gets into Tenpai, then maybe he might be able to snag a win. Snag? I think those two words mean similar thing. And there we have Rikaku. So, S1, number 1. And XSA is opening with a really nice Tanya setup with possible extension to Honitsu. Possibly even close one, if stars align. And Spinach. This might become a really fearsome hand. So he discarded none because it was essentially expanded. So he has 3 pairs of honor tiles. Ton, Pei and Chun. Only Chun gives him Yakovai, but it might be a nice setup for Honitsu Taitai Mangan. Damaran has a pair of Hatsu and well, base to call and gets Hatsunami. And XSA is currently in Tenpai for Tanya Onami. Although, is he going to call at all? So Spinach might call the Ton, discard essentially floating tiles, so Pinzu and, well, Pinzu are not really floating, but discard Pinzu. No, he discards Manzu, so he's going for the fastest win. Or I don't know what he's going for. Safety. Dambaran opens into Atuzuka, and Amagumo is keeping Chitoi. XSA change. Wow, he's actually in. He's in Tenpai for Ipeiko Tanyo, but he's in Ishanten for Yanpeiko Tanyo as well. If he were to, well, drawing 6 so is impossible, but drawing Sun so is still within grasp. Okay, so this is winning tile of Spinach if he deals it. So will Amagumo switch his weight? Because he's in Tenpai for... No, so it's Tsunami with Honbawan. So we have not really a repeat, but a situation in which one player is leading over the other with a substantial lead of almost 15,000 points. But the points are split evenly among other points, so there is, well, no one is like in a big hole. No one is behind. They are pretty much even. And the Dambanon is last, so I think it's the outcome which favors all of the players the most, because this still makes it anyone's game. And let me see. Spinach was last in the previous Hanchan, so yeah, this outcome will pretty much even the scores. Well, apart from Dambanon being in the front. So, back in Soft 2, Spinach is in the lead. He is the Oya for this round. And he already has called the Ko of Nan. So he has Yako. So he... What was his plan there? So he had a pair of... Wasn't that Ron? Was he Infuritan? Yes, he was. He was Infuritan because he discarded 8-pin before. So that's why he couldn't run. So now he can change the weight for Ariaman, which is a bit better option than Donkey. And there it is. So it's none. And 1-1. So, back to the commentary. I'll just make sure that everything's recording properly. So, Spinach is rushing Quitan, Megumo is rushing Yakuhai, Atsuzuka Yakuhaisha. Dambanon is waiting for Dama Pinfu, Economy. And XSA trying to get Pinfu Tenpai. Pinfu Taneo Tenpai now. Never mind, it's just Quitan. Nobetan wait Quitan. So yeah, add one hand on the table and everyone goes mad. Greedy 4 points. It seems that no one is serious about pushing Spinach out of first place. Maybe because it's a good outcome for everyone apart from Dabanon. And Amegumo, after 2 calls, is in Tenpai for Sha. And XSA is in Tenpai as well. Tanky Saman. So Dampanon drew the winning tile of Amegumo, although that would be the Yasuma Tezuka, so he would not be able to run. So he can discard this freely and keep his own Tempai. So yeah, now this is Haitei Sha. So yeah, he is most probably going to stay last. So Haitei Sha, number 1, yep, 4,000 points. So now, Amegumo is exactly 12k behind Spinach, which means that Manganron is going to be enough to get him to the first place. So what hands do we have? Nothing in particular for XSA. I think Spinach might be going for Chinitsu. Dump Anon's hand, nothing special as well. And Amegumo is going for Rinsu in Pinsu. And there is the Richinomi from Dampanon. So I think it's a desperation Richie trying to fish the Richie Patsutsumo. Richie Patsutsumo with this hand as Oya would be 7,800. So yeah, might just work out because it would be 340 due to him having Anko. Off by, well, few turns, so it's just Richitsumo. So it's going to be 3,900. Yeah, 240. So yeah. So he's getting close. He's in the range of, with one hotbar, his XSA is in the range. And his high pie looks pretty promising. He might even go for Richu with this. Nothing special at Amegumo's high pie. I can't see anything at XSA's as well, except if he really were desperate, and he's not, he could go for Junchan with this, although it would be quite difficult. And Spinach's hand is not so great either. So I'm almost sure that Dampanon is going to win this pretty hard, and I think, yeah, the game crashed again. For fuck's sake. And yes, as I expected, that was a very quick Richie. Although he was not able to get Tanya with that. So it's Richie no Mi on Kanchan 16, and I think that was a bit too greedy. Especially since he had a really nice upgrade to Pinfui Peiko a few turns later. You shouldn't call this Richie. Not on this weight. If that were Honor Tanky or maybe, I don't know, Kanchan on 2 or 8, it could have worked, not on 6. So there is only a single winning tile of his left in the wall. Because Spinach is not, Amegomo is not going to discard spare. So Spinach is pursuing with a Tozuka play on Haku. And XSA might just feed it. Wait a second. Those were not Sumogiri, so he called, then discarded Anko? This is strange. Sadly, I don't have a full picture because the game crashed, so I had to restart, and some of the Hanchan was missing, some of the round was missing. So XSA is not going to discard the Haku at all. So what is Spinach going to do? Is he going to discard another EP? I think there is no incentive for him to play aggressively at this point in time. So Amegumo is rushing for Quitan before the end of rounds, and he is in Ryanshanten. I don't think he'll make it. That was a bit too late. And yeah, XSA sensed something from this Haku, so he denied his Tenpai as well. And since Spinach, yeah, he would win Tenpai, but he would have to discard either 7 or 4. And none of those are safe against the Trichi. But he did. He did risk it for 1000 points. Yeah, that's correct, 1000. So Honba 2 and 1 energy stick in play. So XSA getting pair of Haku. This combined with a really mediocre hand. I don't think if it's fast or not. All depends if you'll get the Haku. An average hand for Spinach. And Chitei Ryanshanter for Dambanon. Yeah, I think Amegumo is going to be the first one to get a winning hand. He's in Ishanten for Quitan, and he has a really nice calling setup. So right now, I guess he would discard Sunpin because he risks having a Tozuke Furitan by drawing Ipin, I want to say. Okay, so Spinach is picking up speed with double call from XSA. And this is still not Tenpai. So I guess he will settle for Quitan and discard Nanv. Or not. Okay, so Amegumo is in Tenpai. This is Sanman Kanchan weight. This Quitan is going to be worth 6000 points. So decisions for Spinach. Okay, so now he's trying to push his hand. Right, so I understand now. He discarded Ryanso because he didn't want to risk getting Furitan by drawing Iso. So now he's in Tenpai, waiting on Suso. And Dambalon is in Ishanten for Toitoi. And only one Suso remaining in Amegumo's hand. So Spinach was a bit too late with this wait. And Dambalon Tenpai, although that hand had no Yaku. So he had Ishanten for Toitoi, and he opted for no Yaku hand while being the dealer. This is strange. I think that there was some sort of misconception here, or a brain fart, maybe? Were those dead? No, I don't. No, they weren't. And Spinach changed the weight to Champagne, and yeah, XSA built in. So this is going to be... no, it's not going to be. Because he has no Yaku. What the fuck? So this is Expert 1, Expert 3, no Yaku. And holy fuck, what are you guys doing?
Tsumo, dou? Haku.
Wow. Nice outfit, by the way. So, yeah, XSA enters with a skillful Tsumo, because his opponent apparently forgot how to assemble a Yaku. I don't know. Let's just pretend that the previous round did not happen. So yeah, Orasu time. Amegumo is Orasu. Which Mimiyaku again? The Hadaka Tanki, but they were far away from that.
G.
And even with Spinach had an opportunity to call Pon on that 5-man and get into Hadaka Tanki, which he would have to discard both of his Rianpins for that. Folded. I mean, folding while having 4 tiles, whatever. I'm not going to judge anyone, because I'm probably going to make similar blunders when I'm going to play myself in few hours. So yeah, back to the Orasu. XSA is in tanky weight for 7-man,
Pon.
although his hand has no Yaku.
Chi.
So both of his Manzo tiles were called. Amegumo is going for Atozuke continuum play, so he hopes to get Hatsu and get rich on Honbastics, which is, well, the only thing he can reliably do, since only first place matters. And Spinach is pushing Quitan. So yeah, XSA is in quite a bind, because he cannot really call Richie, because this hand is going to be worth nothing. And he wants to get at least some points, maybe hope that Amegumo is going to run Spinach for some points, and then try to snag first place away from them.
G.
So yeah, Atozuke Tenpai. XSA denies his own sumo. He does not want the game to end. That would be Tsumonomi. And on the opposite side of the table, Dump Anon is in Ishanten for Ipeikon. And Tsumo. Hakunomi.
Hatsu.
Sorry, Hatsunomi. 2100 points. So XSA denied his sumo, which would be 1300, so he paid. So he essentially paid 2000 points for the game to continue and for him to have chance to win, which is a reasonable thing to do. It shows that he's serious about playing this. So, if I were him, what would be my plan to win this game? Itsu, for example. Yes. Richie Pinfo Itsu would definitely be a thing to do. So now I think I would discard the... oh man. It's Ariane Man with guaranteed pair, or Ariane Man without pair, and Ariane Man without pair is, I think, a better option. So now this is a pretty nice Ishanten. So he only needs 6 pin. One was already called by Amaguma and he has 2 more, so there is only 1 left. So he really wants to get Mangan with this, so Dama is out of question. So he's... yeah, because Dama Pinful Itsu would be 3900. It's not going to be enough to knock Spinach. Or will it? No, 8000 please. With Honda. It's still not going to be enough. He needs to Richie. Painful happens. So yeah, the Honda backfired against Amegumo, and we have the complete reverse of the results from the first game. Well, almost. Dambanon is not as low as Spinach was in the first game, but it's anyone's game. And good job Spinach on getting to first place this match. Minus 25.8, Amegumo minus 12.7, XSA minus 5. So yeah, he went essentially 0 points. So let me just double check if this is correct. Dambanon minus 25.8, Amegumo minus 12.7. I think this is some meme caliber of ammunition. 12.7. Caliber? Whatever. Minus 5. So, interesting standings. So yeah, it's anyone's game. Well, almost. Like, if Amegumo were to win, and Dambanon would get second place, then it would all depend on the point differential. Interesting. So, at least they will not have to resort to such well, underhanded and desperation tactics like in the second group. Okay, so the final match started, and I think in about 5 minutes we'll be able to see it. So let me take a 5-minute break.
座布団
Okay, so whatever happened, it seems that Dambanon in E1 summoned Dabuton Nomi for 1k each, and wow, what a surprise! It looks like he's up for doing it again. This is the final match of the Group C of the 30th mahjong peasant tournament or something. Yeah, and Dambanon is going to rush that Dabuton like there's no tomorrow. For Spinach, I think he might go for Chinitsu here. This is a really nice setup, and who would decline a Mangan in this mode? XSA is building a Honitsu with Pinzu tiles and Anko of Hatsu, although he is going to need a pair of any other honor tile.
G.
So yeah, tunes are off. And Amegumo is in Tenpai for Quitan, waiting on Rian, and sorry, this is Samejan. So 2, 5, 8. And I think it's time for XSA to start getting rid of his honors. Okay, so Haku goes off. And he's progressing. And never mind. There it is.
Tanyao.
Quitan. So the gains from that debutant sumo were almost depleted by Quitan plus Honda. So we are entering E2 with Amegumo in very slight lead. Amegumo's hand is not bad, it's pretty fast, but it will be hard to get another Yaku in here, unless he draws 7-man or 8 so, which will enable him to get a Oni Sanshoku. And Sanshoku is worth reaching for. Spinach is hellbent on getting Chinsu on Sozu. Don't know about XSA, will he decide to go for Onitsu or Chinsu, or just call Richie as soon as he gets into Tenpai? And he's close. And Amegumo's hand is a mixed bag. So I think by saving this pay, I think he might want to get into Mensei. Okay. So yeah, Spinach is going for Chinitsu. So he's discarding Safe Fortune right away, and if he wins on 7, he's waiting on 7 and 4. If he wins on 7, it's going to be Tsuchinitsu. As Oya, it's going to be Oya Hanuman, and it's going to essentially win him the game. Almost. Well, nobody knows what could happen because it's mahjong, but oh shit. It's Tsuchinitsu Oya. Fuck. Yeah, so that happened, and suddenly Spinach is one more mangan away from getting the insta-win. Damn, what a devastating hit so early in the game. And it was a very fast change as well. Dump Anon's hand is fairly good. It might be Umensai or Double Yakuhai. Pay with tone. Spinach might be able to set up Ipeco in Sozu. As for XSA, I can see a lot of things going out from there. So, will Dump Anon sacrifice one of his Yakuhais in favor of going for Mensei? I mean, that would be more optimal thing to do, because otherwise, if you were to pawn all three of them, that would, yeah, he is sacrificing turn. Which I think is a better choice, since the remaining two tiles would be better to wait on. And wait a second, Hatsu is dead. But he couldn't, yeah, there was no helping it, since he needs to have a pair of dragons to get to Masai. So yeah, he called the pawn, and now he's waiting for Pei Umensai, 4 and 7, which is a safe tile against XSA, although he has an Anko of 4s. So it's Richinomi with Honba 1 and he dealt it. So Richinomi, it was 150 because of Anko. So it was one. Was he Oya then? I don't think so. So it was 150, so it was 1600 points plus Honba 1. 3100. Yeah, 3100. E3, XSA is Oya. Dump Anon has a fast opening hand of Sha, by pair of Sha, although I would actually discard it in favor of Mentamping. Although a lot of Anons will probably disagree with me on this. Spinach is taking a very quick initiative with double calling Chun and Haku, and that one on called Richie. This is Richinomi. Waiting on 2 and 5, and Spinach has just drawn 5, although this might go into his hand. Sorry. So yeah, he's not doing it anytime soon. And now he has to pick a Tanki. And in this case, I think Ton is a better choice. Yeah, because XSA might delay into that. But still, since he had one... Oh. Interesting. So, Uman Hadakatagi, not Hadakatanki, just Tanki. XSA is folding, and so is Amegumo. Sumo. 2000 points. Entering E4, and Spinach is still in the lead, so I think it's a good moment for players to switch from the chip win and let's force my dealership turn and actually start attacking Spinach, because remember, winner takes all. And yeah, 15k lead is a little too much. And is that Madman going for Chanta? I think he is. Okay, so now he is faced with Ipeiko opportunity. What is he going to do? Okay, so he discards Iso. Very strange hand. So XSA also is going for Chanta. Meanwhile, Dump Anon. he's putting himself in a very ugly Atazuka situation. Oh, never mind. It just fixed itself. So Spinach is going back to the Chantai Peiko tactics, it seems. Is he going to call it?
あ、それポン
Yes, he is.
チ
So Ishanten for Spinach and Ishanten for XSA. Chanta versus Chanta situation. Okay, so Spinach backs off. And... Peculiar. So he takes it. And Spinach is in Ishanten. So there is a chance they might have overlapping weights. Spinach and... Why?
カン
What the fuck was that? So there's a Kan, and I think he has got another Haku. So there's a Chankan opportunity for XSA if Dampanon were ever to draw Sunman. But yeah, this is some Hats premium memery out there. But he, in the end, he folds. Even though his Chanta had a nice success rate. I guess he didn't want to get into Quitan with this 6. Oh, dangerous one, and it's the final tile. So yeah, he keeps it to himself, so... Will... XSA changes the weight. It's not a Chanta anymore. It's Champon. Wow. Sixth sense. And yeah, there's a Chun Tanki. And let's see. No, is he in Tenpai now? Yes, he is. Amegomo is in Tenpai. So it's going to be Ipeiko. Oh man, this is Ipeiko Ipeiko Menhon on Chun and 6 pin. Wow. Okay, very solid. Well. Very solid and good thinking on Spinach side and avoiding the disaster that was that Hotei. If you were to deal the Chun on Hotei, it would be Oya Hanaman, I believe. So yeah, he would definitely lose the match. Not the match, but at least his lead. So yeah, a new round, new opportunities, one by one. I wonder what is Spinach's plan for this round, because it's still East round. Oh yeah, Women's Eye. Okay. Never mind, forget that I asked. He's going Women's Eye no me. Dampanon might want to go for its one Manzu, which is a good thing, good thinking. Sadly, his tiles do not favor him at this moment. XSA. There's a nice man-tamping opportunity, maybe with Sanshoku even. It's a bit far-fetched, but who knows. He needs 2 tiles to get to Tenpai, or that Sanshoku. And tamping Sanshoku is a Mangan. Might be enough. Okay, so Spinach is in a very nice, very clean Ishan 10 for Umensai.
Peach.
And yeah, there is Richie eats Tenpai for Amagumo, waiting on 8 pin. It doesn't seem that XSA is going to discard his anytime soon. So Spinach is folding. And another Richie opportunity as well for Dambanon. So Richie Nomis, both of Kanchan on Kanchan. 1 on 5, 1 on 8. This is a rare scenario when 2 players are actually going for Richie in this mode. And Spinach is changed his weight from Umensa Ishanten to Kuitan Ishanten. Oh, yeah, this is going to happen. So, Richie
Peach.
as the Oya, so, and 2 Richie sticks and 1 Honba. So very nice equalizer for Amagumo, bringing him back into the game, putting Dambanon behind. But he's not the player that you want to target, Amagumo. Sure, it gave him a lot of very needed points after that disastrous Chinitsu Dilin. But still, the main boss is right ahead of him. So E4 on Batu, and XSA is opening fire with Pei Call for his Peiyaku, and there is a chance for him of getting Haku as well, although this play is pretty risky. There is a finite number of turns remaining until the end, and I don't know if pushing cheap hands such as those is the correct way to play. I think now would be the time to go for the maximum Yakuhor strategy. So Amagumo taking a very quick Tenpai for Kuitan Nomi with Honbatu. Yeah, it's Honbatu. I forgot. So yeah, it's going to be worth a few thousand points. Dampanon in Ishanten with double Penchan for Rijinomi. As for Spinach, he's playing moderately safely, and there is the Dillian, and second one in a row. So it's going to be Kuitan for 4,500 points. So Dambanon falling even lower behind. So yeah, E for steal, Honba free, and with each consecutive round, Spinach is more and more in range of other players. With Honba free, yes, with Honba free, even 340 hand is going to be direct hit. Is going to be enough to knock the dealership, so not dealership, lead from Spinach, assuming it's from XSA or Amagumo. So Dampanon is denying himself the none opportunity. So he insists to get some different kind of hand.
G.
Meanwhile, XSA is going for a Suzuka play and Spinach is going for Quitan. Or maybe they are going to block each other out with their respective pair of Hatsu. I think it's going to happen. Unless XSA were to draw another Chun. So yeah, Tenpai for Spinach, this is Champon for Hatsu and 17, and it's a Suzuka Hatsu. So he's not winning this anytime soon. They will both end up blocking each other. And Amegumo is in Ishanten. Tenpai. No wait, fuck, that wasn't the Tenpai, it was the wrong side of the Manzu set. And yeah, there it is, the second Chun for XSA. So if he will be able to complete the Manzu sequence, oh wow, the worst possible time. So Amegumo called Richie and there is Patsu. It's Richie, Patsu, Pinfu, Sanshoku as the Oya, Honba 2. Sorry, Honba 3.
Mangan.
Oh. Wow. That was unexpected. I didn't notice that Sanshoku. So, wow. Then we have a nice situation. Very unexpected place change. So Spinach did not do anything, and he protected his substantial lead, but the person who was over 10k behind, below 0, I mean, who was hit by Chinitsu, Hanemon, managed to get back to the lead. Wow, this is intense. And he's still in the lead, so if he were to score a winning hand, let me see, he needs 14,300. So I believe 340. Will 340 make it? So it's 7,800 plus 600. I don't think it's going to be enough. Or will it? No, it's barely not going to be enough. And XSA is in Tenpai. So his hand is not worth much. It's only Chun. But with Honba 4 it's going to be 7,000. So it's some points to get back to above 0 level. And the weight is fairly good. So Spinach is taking the initiative back. And will we see a dealing? Yes, there is. So Amegumo loses the lead he managed to get. So we have a Chun Nomi which is hitting like a mangan, and Spinach back to the first place, doing nothing. I mean, no, doing nothing is a wrong statement, because after all, Spinach is playing a very good defense game. Which is fairly strange, considering that defensive play is not as strong in Peasant as is in normal mode. But it works. And it works well. So we are entering S1, and as we saw, anything can happen yet. I think it would be nice time to discard. Yeah, this is the rarely used, but still a valid strategy-wise play to get rid of a pair of dragons specifically, in early game, in order to give yourself the chance for scoring Mentampin. This play is a bit stronger with Doras in play, but it's still a good way to bump the value nonetheless. Although you are forced to play Ricci. Okay, a very nice draw for Dambanon. So he's progressing his hand as well. XSA is in Ishanten for Pinfu. Well, if he gets to draw someone, then he is. Spinach a bit running in circles.
Richi yo?
Well, there is Pinfu Ishanten at least. And well, the best draw for XSA happened. So it's Pinfu. Dump Anon folding. Kinda. Well, technically he's building up Nagashi. Although it will take him 4 more honor tile draws to get there. Amagumo is getting there. So there is a chance for, I mean, it's a bit far away, but there is a Mentampin chance there. Is it Tenpai? Yes, it is. Tenpai for just Pinfu without Tanyao. If you were to discard 7. Yeah, so he is going Damaten counter. And yeah, it worked.
Done!
So just Pinfu, but he's going to take the Ricci stick of XSA. Toitsuba? Yes, I think it's Toitsuba time. Essentially, yeah, Amegumo is opening pair of Hatsu and Haku and Chun on his hand. So he's going to go for double Yakuhai Honitsu. XSA might want to go for Woman's Sai. Or not, who knows. What will Danbanon do? So he's discarding Sozu. Maybe he wants Ipeika as well? Sorry, not Ipeika, Honitsu. Or not. Who knows? And Spinach is just keeping closed hand. Maybe he counts on having Chitoi? So Danbanon is definitely forcing Honitsu here, which is not yielding good results, or it seems so. The worst type of hand. And a chance for Amegumo to open.
G.
Yes, and he's going for Honitsu. He's one call away. Meanwhile, Danbanon managed to get also a pair of Yakuhai, another one. And there is Pei. Pei and Chun. And he finally drawn some Manzo tiles. Still not Tenpai.
Pon.
Yep, this is Tenpai for Amegumo. So on Hatsu Takame is going to be Honitsu double Yakuhai and Honitsu Yakuhai on Yasuno. So moment of truth for Spinach. Is he going to discard Hatsu or not? And Dump Anon is in Ishanten for Menhon. Menhon Yakuhai. There it is. So, oh my god, it's, on Sumo it's going to be Richi, Honitsu, San Anko, double Yakuhai. And Sumo. This is a buy one opportunity. There is a chance. There is still one left of each. Of Iman and Ryanman. Off by one. This is tense. So let's count Richi, Sanankoitz, and Honitsu, and Sumo. Yeah, this is going to be Waiman. Never mind. The dream is over. Chun Honitsu for Amegumo. And yeah, barely 340. So yeah, he's in the lead now. And we are Spinach has lost his his East round and his initiative, and now it's last turn of last chance for XSA to get there.
Oh, それポン。
That hand of Dambanon, even on round, it would be Haneman.
Oh, それポン。
So is Spinach going to go for a reversal Omensai now? Now it's interesting choice. Penchan or 5? So he's keeping Penchan. He's that desperate. Although there is a severe lack of sun pins in the area he can call from. This is going to be difficult.
G.
And XSA is going for pure speed. He had a nice setup for Mentanpin, but he opted to go for Quitan instead. He wants to win that badly. And Amegumo is in Tenpai. This is Pin Futanyao. Yes. Pin Futanyao waiting on Sun and Roman. But yeah, like I said, this is the way of playing that I do not agree with. What XSA has done. When you are so many points behind, I don't think you can afford like rerolling fast hands and hoping that the next hand for sure is going to be big hitter and opting for one hand. No, it's well there's the Tsumo, but I would never open that kind of thing. I would keep it as Mentanpin. Okay, so 1,500 points. What now? it's not looking good. Although there might be a chance of Umensai. We'll see. We'll see. Mangans have arisen from more shitty hands. So yeah, we are still in S3. Still it's XSA's turn, their turn. And what is he going to do? Amegumo has a really strong high pie for the kind of play that is advantageable. Is advantageable really a word? Advantageous. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, he's very close. I think it's Ishanten? Yeah, that's correct. That's Ishanten. For Tanyao. Nothing great for Dambanon, and well, Spinach must feel pretty nervous right around now. Okay, side great opportunity for Amegumo. I think I would take it. Oh, so he goes that way. That's okay. That was a good move. Although personally, I would discard Q-pin. Okay, so Dambanon might be onto something. That might be another manhole. Yeah, he's doing it. Okay, so Amegumo is hitting a standstill. Meanwhile, Dambanon had thrown 3 Soto tiles in a row. 2 more. He's keeping it close. He goes for the big move. And there is a no Yaku Tenpai for Amegumo. And this is what I was talking about. This was the worst situation. When he gets into Tenpai with no Tanyao and no Pinfu either. So now... Is it a... No, it's not a Sumo. So now he switched his Kanchan Tenpai for Tangi Tenpai? Sorry, it's Nabatan. It's Nabatan Tenpai. Spinach is in Tenpai. This is Kuitan on Nirian Weight. And Dambanon barely managed to avoid it by discarding earlier. And the dream is over. So Soreronde, Kuitan with 1 Honba. So yeah, Spinach is, let's see, 3,000 points. So he needs 2 hand. So yeah, it's now or never. Because Amegumo is the dealer. So any hand he wins or any Tenpai he gets is enough to end the game. And Spinach needs to hit him now with something that is worth at least 2 hand, or maybe hopes any other player is going to call Richie. So it's battle between those two, and they are waiting wondering if any of other two players are going to
G.
somehow ruin their plans. I think this scenario is called Kingmaker or something. So essentially XSA and Dampanon have to go for Yakuman. So the closest Yakuman would be Daisangen for Dampanon, and oh fuck, I have no idea what could XSA even do in that case.
G.
And there's a Quitan Tenpai for Amegumo. Waiting on the sun, so... So Spinach, he had chosen Chitoi. It's hard to tell if that was a good choice or not. I mean, your options to get at least 2 Han are limited in such a mode. Okay, so there's Ipeiko. Although he had discarded a lot of his volatiles early on, so he might find himself in Furitan. So there is the winning tile of Amegumo. And Spinach decides to keep it. Now chance for Amegumo to flip the weight. He does not. And the second one. And Spinach is in Shanten. So maybe he wanted to get Umensai Chitoi, but failed. So there is Sha. He discarded Human because it was safe against Toyman. Sha discarded. I'm going with this 6. So now chance for Amegumo to change the weight to Tanki. And he picked 4 instead of 2, yeah, because 2 of them were discarded early on. So Amegumo desperately trying to find the last remaining pair. Oh wow. If it's going... Never mind, there's Tetsumo. Wow. What a game. Very well, very deserved first place by Amegumo. Wow. To get back from being over minus 10k, being hit by Haneman, Oya, Chinitsu in E2, and still win. What a comeback. One of the better ones I had pleasure of witnessing. But remember what I said, that the corner case would be Amegumo having to worry about Spinach having a strong second place. Let me put the points to... Oh no, sorry, that was about Damban. Never mind. Forget what I said. So 8.7. So Dampanon minus 37.8. So yeah, Dampan ended up being below 0, even though he won first match. So Ameguma 49.9.